Ah, the Dragonstone of Bleakfall's Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brute the Jarl foists on me.
Welcome back for some more Skyrim with Requiem, role-playing the character that wants to kill Alduin as quickly as possible by any means necessary, whether that is metagaming, save scumming, and so on. So right before this, I went back to the College of Winterhold, trained up my restoration magic a little bit so that I could take a second perk over here and grab Focused Mind, which is really helpful for having enough magic regeneration in ongoing fights. I also took a second to join the companions because I intend to do that series of quests eventually to get the werewolf form bonus. But for the moment, I'm just planning to kill this wounded dragon here.
I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out...
Kinneret, save us! Here he comes again!
Wait for it. Wait for it. And just sort of camping out in this doorway is the safest way to go about this fight. Terribly great damage here, but it is leveling our destruction a little bit. I think I'll splurge on some potions here so I can get this thing killed in a little bit faster fashion. And we want to stay out of sight of this thing wherever possible and let the guards do the heavy work. And it looks like those shots I was taking weren't actually hitting. And it's kind of looking my way, which I don't like. And that's the end of the dragon. And I just want to grab as much stuff off of here as I possibly can to go and sell. None of the other stuff is particularly interesting, but as soon as I've grabbed the dragon soul, I'm going to run back to Whiterun, sell that stuff off, and then move on to my next priority, which is going to be doing a couple of the nearby bandit camps. So I just gave some patronage to Bellathorn, sold off the dragon bones that I picked up, and maybe I'll go back to the location to grab the dragon scales too and sell those, but I'm not sure if it's going to be really worth the time. But now I'm just on the hunt toward doing Halted Stream Camp and stopping by this little bandit encampment located on the edge of Whiterun. And last time I went through here, I was actually able to... I think the horse often, in past versions, has counted as stolen, and so you're not able to keep it. But I've also had times where I was able to just keep the horse and ride it around for the rest of the game, which would be a pretty nice feature if I was able to. I guess I'm not being very effective at actually hitting with my destruction spells. Need to aim more and talk less. But... So that's the end of those guys, and I don't want to trigger the, if you touch the quest, you trigger a group of bandits who come to investigate, so I'm just going to grab the coin purse and see if I can find the horse. And Artie will be a great little companion here to make it a bit faster for me to get from point to point. my goal in stopping by here is just, there's some easy bandits that I can assist a little bit in killing. I think I'm gonna hotkey lightning bolt on 5. This will just give me a little bit more loot. Guards didn't do quite as well as I might have hoped.
Skyrim belongs.
And yeah, we're just looking for gold and gems and other easily sold items. So we just took care of that little bandit camp very fast, very easy, and then I'm going to run over to Halted Stream, where I've got a bandit quest. And did anyone else just see that falling wolf come out of the sky? That was kind of interesting. And I'm level 6 now, which is, I think, roughly appropriate for doing this sort of camp. See one archer in the back there who's the biggest problem. And I guess that was a resurrected guy. I want my skeletons to get in there and take care of this guy for me. Okay. Not too bad. I'd like to find a crossbow of one of these enemies, but it seems like my luck is not tending in that direction. Now we can just jump into the camp. And I do have this nice war axe of ice that I picked up in Bleak Falls Barrow, so let's give that a shot.
There.
Ooh, the timing on that was a little tight. Definitely could have gotten killed by that guy. Let's get up a healing aura. And I want to have a fire rune on my hotkeys somewhere. I'll just stick that on 7 for now.
Time to end this game. We got ourselves a hero.
I guess I shouldn't tempt fate. Let's just take down a potion in preparation for these guys.
Gotta have.
Don't have as many healing potions as I might like. Got a little lucky there again that he staggered at just the right moment. That I get to pick up some pretty decent gear. I think there's another bandit down there who's an archer. Let's have the skeleton go take care of first.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Did I just get a kill cam for hitting my own skeleton?
No more.
I don't really want to run in there. I know there's traps. But I also want this bandit to die.
Bad time together.
Okay. And the nice thing about doing Halted Stream is we get hopefully some good loot and just potions and the spell tome of Lesser Knock, which is useful. Otherwise, I don't have any way to open chests. The big question being, will I actually have enough magic to use it? Let's give it a try. Yeah, that gets us a little bit of gold. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to pick up a mammoth tusk that I'll bring over to Isolde and move on to the next location, which will be Redorans Retreat. To continue leveling up as quickly as possible, I ran back to Feralda at the Mages College and trained up destruction a little bit further, which got me up to level 7 and very close to level 8. And my destruction is now up into the, well, now level 8. My destruction is now into the early 30s. And I was able to take a perk into Alteration, which my eventual goal being to level that up more fully for the defensive bonuses. But let's just hotkey our Mage Armor spell. I want to slowly start leveling that up. And let's lead off with the skeleton. Looks like this is the boss.
That's it? That's all you got?
I think I want to pull out a little bit better weapon here.
I'll see you in pieces. No more. I yield. I yield.
And the ice enchant is super effective against low-level enemies. I think it just takes care of their stamina really fast, and then they can't really fight anymore. And that's that. I'm not sure if I'm actually able to open that with my knock spell. Probably not. Yeah, we find the family sword, a little bit of other gear, and I don't think there's any other significant loot to be found here. So I'm going to go sell off whatever I've picked up, level up, and grab a little bit more training. After turning in those quests, I've made my way back to Whiterun, where I want to start the In My Time of Need quest for Sadia, and the reason being that the Hammerfell garb is a really nice upgrade around this particular level. Conveniently enough, I can ride over from the Redorans Retreat that I already found and get myself to Swindlers Den, and there are a couple of reasons to do this particular little side quest. For one, the gold reward is certainly not bad, and I need all the gold I can find to keep funding my training. But more importantly is the gear that the Red Guards have. Well, the chest has some cold resist, which will be pretty handy. I probably won't use it all the time, but having some more armor I can put on for difficult fights or areas where I want to just run like crazy, well, that's a good thing to have. The armor is good, but the boots are really, really good, and it's one of the few items you can get early on in the game that have the paralysis immunity effect on them. And I've got my destruction up into the early 30s now, so hopefully that's going to be good enough to kill some bandits with. construction in the mid-30s is definitely good enough to handle these bandits with. And while they're still somewhat dangerous, particularly the archers, I'm a little bit concerned about running into in this next room. I'd like for this skeleton to distract the archer for me. Otherwise, I'm going to pull back into this side area a little bit. Let's get a mage armor up. Maybe it'll help a little bit. The skeleton is definitely doing some work here. I'm probably just going to cast another one and rely on it to take care of the archer for me. I don't want to get up too close with this guy. Okay, we're able to take him down without too much extra difficulty. Okay, this corridor is a pretty bad spot to be in because it's easy to get hung up on an edge somewhere and then dodge unsuccessfully, but that took a few tries actually, but I was able to get through it. Okay, I can see the archer in the corner there. And I'd really like to find a crossbow around here somewhere.
Please don't kill me.
But luck just hasn't really been on my side in that regard. And I think I'll just eat the food I picked up. And now for the real fight, which is Kanatu. He's a pretty tough enemy. Let's get whatever buffs up we can before this fight starts. I think I want to get in a cheap shot on Kanatu at the start if I possibly can. I don't really want to be in that open area, so I'm just going to kite them backwards a little bit here and hopefully lead them into those traps. Realize I don't want to be casting spells with a weapon out because they cost a lot more mana that way. So I've got them a little jammed up here. Maybe I can just finish them off with some fire runes. Okay. Ring of Eminent Wielding, pretty nice find. The silver scimitars are actually also very good. I don't really want the steel scimitar, and the katana is still better. So maybe I don't actually want to keep those around, but I'm just going to loot these guys and sell off whatever gear I can, and then just off to loot the chest.
This ends now.
And for loot, just a little bit of gold, and we're on to our next location. And because we're so close already with Swindlers Den, I'm going to take this opportunity to make a very fast ride over to Rorikstead. Not sure what. Oh, a scavenger. But anyway, I want to find some more shrines. And it's nice to know that there's a Shrine of Zenithar here, which gives a bonus to barter ability, but that's not really the key thing that I'm interested in. Near Rorikstead, there's a Shrine to the Divines that I want to locate. And I don't recall exactly where, except that it's a little bit to the north. And here we are, the Shrine of Akatosh, which I intend to use pretty regularly for its bonus to magicka regeneration. So for the last location I plan to do in this particular session, I want to do a
New here
brief
too, eh?
run through
I hope that's
Saarthal. And while I don't really intend to do much further in the Mages Guild College, this does give a couple of useful items. The Fragment of the Saarthal amulet is better than any amulet I have now, which is none. And the Enchanted Rings of Health are moderately good, but the Staff of Jyrik Gauldurson is actually quite helpful.
Now let's see.
Because it gives a bonus to magic and magicka regeneration just while you're holding it. So I think that's a good enough reason to do this. And in addition, getting a little bit more experience isn't such a bad deal either.
Please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
This room of Saarthal can be a little bit tricky. I'm pretty sure it's what the various Saarthal gear you are supposed to pick up at the start is designed to make it easier. And am I dead? Fear is not really carrying his weight at this point. Okay, I was able to put away my sword because I saw that shout coming. But I'm still not going to call this a great situation. Deer, the MVP there. Okay, that took me a few more tries than I would have liked. I'm gonna wait here for a second, and hopefully the rest of this will not be quite as bad. I know there's this rune here. Maybe I can use it to damage a Draugr. Yeah, I feel moderately clever about that. Okay. Not so bad. And that's a pretty obvious trap right there. With the sword out wherever possible, because it does increase your weight. I didn't realize that I had stepped on the plate for that. Get a little bit lucky in surviving that. find a mana potion, less happy to set off the trap there. I'd really like for Tolfdir to not set off the trap as well. And I'm going to have to take a second here and wait for the poison to wear off. So here the strategy is to distract him for as long as possible, and then burst down the guy with some
Never
fire.
should have come. Nothing. Keep it busy. I'll try to drain some of the power.
And I just want to conserve mana where I can here. So that I've got a nice large amount for when it's damaged, or can be damaged. Not quite enough mana to take him down all the way. But we got him.
I'm not the fool. This is utterly unique.
Somewhere around here is the staff. And we get to take the...
What could this
Fragment.
place be? I don't dare leave this unattended.
And with that, I'm feeling quite a bit better equipped than I was before. I can put on the Saarthal amulet for, or the Gauldurson amulet fragment for extra 30 magicka, which helps. The Gauldur staff gives 25 magicka and 25 magicka regen, which is also helpful. And let's see if there's anything good in the chest. Ring of Major Health, better than the other enchanted rings I had. But that's all for now. Things are proceeding pretty quickly. Hit subscribe if you'd like notifications about future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.